Hey, morning traders. Once again, welcome to MS Market Snapshot. And this week we are having NFP, so we expect a lot of volatility coming into the markets. But before then, today being on a Tuesday, we have so much playing out. For those who are trading the euro, we have the core inflation, the consumer price index data coming out. It's the flash. Basically, if you look at, we have two types of CPIs. We have the final one, and we also now have this flash one, right? So basically, if you go to this point where there are two versions of this report released about 2 weeks apart, flash and the final. So the report is extremely early and tends to have a significant impact. So we could be seeing some volatility coming in the next 49 minutes, especially on euro pairs based on these CPI numbers. So maybe let's have a look at these numbers. So previously it was 2.2%. And of course, now we are estimating that the forecast, which is what majority of the traders are saying, that it should be 1.8%. This is below the 2% target. So this could be a good thing for especially for the ECB, because now they'll have to make easy decisions on whether now to continue with the rate cuts, right? So for us traders, our work is to make sure that if this number comes out, let's say 1.9, then that will be lower than what traders expect. So we could see some volatility playing out. So if the numbers come out anything higher than what we have here, maybe if the numbers come out at 1.9 or even 2%, right? Then we should see the strengthening. We should see the strengthening of the euro. However, if this number comes out as it is 1.8 or 1.7%, then we should see the weakening of the euro. So that is what we are looking at in the next 49 minutes. Later in the afternoon at 5 p.m., we'll definitely be looking at the JOLTS job openings. And basically what's this? Basically, these are the number of job openings during the month of September uh, that ideally are excluding, here you're excluding the farming industry, right? So this will dictate a lot how healthy the US economy is. Remember, if any economy has a lot of job openings, it means companies are hiring, and that means they are doing well. They have access to loans, maybe to expand. And it seems that maybe the one, if you look at the manufacturing industry as an example, right? The only reason you're hiring is because there's demand for your product, so you have to hire more workforce so that you can fulfill the orders out there. So that's a good thing. It means the economy is doing well. It means guys have money to spend. That's why there's demand for a certain product out there. So that by itself tells you that the more the job openings, the healthier the US economy and the stronger the dollar. So with that understanding, so if we come to these numbers, so previously it was 7.67 million. The estimation is that the numbers will be lower at 7.64 million, right? So if that's the case, what happens if the numbers come higher than this? So let's say the numbers come out at 7.65 or 7.66, right? So it means there are more jobs were created than what was anticipated by a majority of the traders. And so that means the economy has been doing far much better than what you expected. So you expect the dollar to strengthen. So if this number comes out at 7.65, 7.66, or even 7.67, then the dollar should strengthen. However, if the numbers come lower than what you can see, maybe say 7.63, 7.62, 7.61, 7.60, it means less jobs were created than what investors expected, which is the forecast. And so that could mean that the economy is doing so badly and guys didn't expect that. So the dollar will definitely weaken. ISM manufacturing PMI, I'll let that to be handled later in the afternoon by Rufus. But for now, let's look at the job openings clearly on our charts. How can we interpret this data? Are we able to take positions out of these fundamental news? Remember, ideally, every day when you wake up, traders, go to your chart setups, have a look at your outlooks, but then go to the fundamental news, right? What will be playing out on that particular day, right? So get to see what will be playing out, and the best way is, of course, through what we've just looked at on the Forex Factory calendar. So this will be really important, and as traders, you don't want to be caught flat-footed. Anyone who's in a euro position, also remember this data is coming out in the next 44 minutes, so this could clearly will probably bring in some inflation, because we expect inflation to be something that affects the market, right? Because it's based on the number, it tells you how guys will spend. If guys are if prices of goods and services are so high, then guys tend not to spend. And the more spending we have in a country, the more the economy grows, because it means there's growth of different sectors, as they try to fulfill this need to support maybe the food industry. For example, if you look at let's say a company like Colgate, if people have more money, then they'll be they'll be spoiled for choices, because they'll be like, no, I'm not buying Colgate, I need another one, maybe Sensodyne, I want another one, maybe Aqua, or whatever toothpaste will be in the market. So that diversity brings in more industries, and more industries means more people are unemployed. Yeah. So when the inflation is low, then it means guys have at least can buy stuff. They have money. Their purchasing power is not eroded by the high prices of goods and services. So that is the reason as to why we should be very wary when you see the red fold over here and the red folders over here. So let's go to our charts and get to see how this plays out. So ideally, we go to our MT5, and we just want to see possible outlooks that we could take advantage of as traders. Now, we'll start off with USD CHF. What are we looking at on USD CHF? So go to lower time frames, get to understand where we are. So on Monday, yesterday, we've been seeing a bullish push, which tested the low of last week. So we can see uh, that USD CHF, we are looking for long opportunities if I were to take trades on USD CHF. And I would want to map out these last week's high. The last week's high, remember we are on H4. So on H4, on this particular, between these two period separators, this represents the highest price last week. So if you're looking for opportunities, I will be looking for a 40, is it a 46 push, pips push? Uh, that is what I'll be looking at on USD CHF. So that is probably this could play out maybe during New York session, during the opening of the New York session, or during the JOLTS job openings report, right? So we could see that maybe this could represent, if this was to play out at around 5, then it will mean that the numbers will come out higher. So the numbers we've just seen, which is the numbers which you just seen on JOLTS, which is 7.64, maybe could be higher than that. Maybe we could see 7.65, 66, 67, yeah, or maybe last month's uh, job uh, job job openings, yeah. So that is what you're looking at on USD CHF. If we're looking at GBP USD, what are the possible outlooks on this particular asset? So once again, go to higher time frames, get to have a clear understanding of where we are moving. So if we go to the weekly, we have those possible areas. Remember, our work as traders is to identify areas of support, right? Areas that you think the market could be moving into. And so if we go back to this, I can see a bit of some support over here that could play out. last month's high, the high of August is also a possible area that we could see this. Remember, this area was an initial resistance that turned into support. If you look at this candle over here, it came and tested this area of support and price pushed up. So there's a possibility that we could see GU drop to that 267 as a possible support area. So if you go to lower time frames, go lower. So if you go to H1, there's a possible push to the downwards. We could see some bears coming in to that price level. Alternatively, we could see them extend the bearish push to that price level. So if I were to take positions on GU, I'll be looking for opportunities to short. However, we could see a bullish push. We could see GU come back to test these highs, the Asian high. So there's a possibility that we could see a bullish push and then a bearish push. However, we're looking at more of sell opportunities on GU. Remember, once again, this is purely educational analysis. And then let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD, we have a specific area we are looking at. This is last week's low. So there's a high chance EU may be coming here. In the next, we've seen in the next 38 minutes, we could see some news, high impact news, the inflation news that could play out and could push this particular setup to that price level. Alternatively, we also have different areas that we could also map out. We could see Euro USD also push all the way down. Could see Euro USD push all the way down. So we could see that drop play out also. That's a possible move on Euro USD. Bitcoin, guys, I'll still maintain my analysis of. I'm still bearish on Bitcoin. As we get into the US election, we should see a lot of Bitcoin moves, especially anytime we see a Trump possible win, then we should see this analysis invalidated and we could see buyers stepping in, bulls pushing in Bitcoin to the upside. Remember, Trump has been pro Bitcoin, and so that means his policies, the anticipation will be like his policies will tend to favor cryptos, because he's clearly said that he wants to make the US the a crypto country, right? So that is what we have on Bitcoin. If we go to UT 100, what are we looking at on UT 100? So we have last month's high, September's high, and then if we go to the weekly, we can see a possible push also based on the candles. You can see these rejections over here. So clearly this tells you that we're more looking at a bullish UT 100. You're looking at a more bullish UT 100. So let's have a look at lower time frames. So if you go to H1, if I were to look for moves on UT 100, maybe I'll be looking for bullish setups, right? We could see UT 100 test yesterday's low. We could see UT 100 probably test this low before pushing upwards. So there's a possibility of us having that push before having a bullish push. That is a possible scenario we could see play out on UT 100. Okay. Audi USD, Australian dollar versus the US dollar. What are we looking at? Go to higher time frames to try and figure out what's really playing out. So we can see those candles playing out. You can see a shooting star kind of formation. So if we go to weekly, let's have a look at the weekly. So I'll probably want to map out this candle over here. 69, 61. That would be a possible area of resistance at some point. We should probably see Audi USD get there. So I'm looking for, based on this, I'm looking for sell setups. So I want to look at lower time frames, try and identify where we can see opportunities. $68, $61. So if I were to look for opportunities on Audi USD, I'll be looking for opportunities to sell Audi USD. I'll be looking for opportunities to sell Audi USD, but then I need to look for a good entry. But seems the market is bullish for now. However, this shouldn't be for long. Maybe a test of this moving average over here, and then go to H1. So I will be looking for opportunities to short Audi USD to that price level, and then another short all the way down. So that's probably what I would anticipate to see on Audi USD. Remember, this is NFP week, so we expect a lot of activities to play out. We also have Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if you go to higher time frames, we will try and basically see how BTC is playing it out. So I'll just map out areas where I feel we have some support. In our case, right here on the weekly, we have support based on this moving average. So we can see a reaction of the, if we go to probably at this point in time, we will see how gold was reacting anytime it could encounter this moving average, right? So we could see some support and then a breach of that to the red moving average, and this red moving average over here, which is the 13 moving average, is acting as a solid area of support, right, for quite some time. Look at that from June. I think it's all the way from May, right? From May, this moving average has been acting as a strong support, right? Every time gold bears would push the market down, they could encounter buyers on the moving average and they could be pushed up. So we can see maybe from August, if we look at this, where is it on the moving average? So we can see from August, yeah, from August also a push to the moving average, and then buyers will step in all the way to where we are. So if we were to look for bears, we would probably want to see bears come to this moving average also, 2607. That's an area that probably we will see gold come to. However, I'm also going to map out also another moving average here on the daily. Then now go to H4. So on H4 I didn't really get a setup. So we can see a moving average here, or acting as an area of resistance. But then again, for how long can it hold? So I would want to look at this candle over here, this bearish order block over here. So if I were to look for opportunities on gold, I would want to see a push to 2650 and then a drop to 2620. So this will be the play I will be interested in on Bitcoin, a push to 2650, and then probably after that we could see a drop for around, I think, 300 pips to that 2620. Yeah. Okay. USD card. USD card, we are looking for buy opportunities. We could probably see a 50 pips push to maybe if we go to H4, go to daily. So we are still bullish. If you look at the daily, we're still looking for buy opportunities. So we could map out a possible resistance around here at 35.86. That's the 55 pips push I would want to see on USD card. So if we go to this analysis, then we would encounter some resistance here on the moving average. But then again, we are looking for more buy. So remember, I've been saying as a trader, we need to have trade management skills. And one of the trade management skills is to book your profits along the way. So if you have a position of, let's say, 0.02, take your 0.01, book your profit at around, let's say, 30 pips, and then the next trade, you can allow it to move to 50 pips. But if you close your position at 30 pips, move your stop loss in profit. Right. So if let's say you're looking for buy opportunities here, then your stop loss must be down here, right? So the moment your trade hits take profit one, shift your stop loss to break even, maybe +2, +3 pips, and then allow the trade to push forward. Yeah, that's it. Not unless, of course, we have questions based on this analysis. So we remember we have a Forex Masterclass tour in Kenya, and basically we'll be having one in Kisumu on 10th. On 10th from 1 p.m. all the way to 6 p.m. The Kisumu workshop will be at Acacia Premier, right, in Kisumu. So just go to the FX Pesa Instagram bio. You will see all these details, especially even the link as to where you will register that. Also remember, Bullish Banter and Financially Incorrect will be recording in Tanzania soon. So if you have, if we have some TZ clients over here, just maybe you can let us know who would you want to see on that Bullish Banter or Financially Incorrect episode, right? And for more on that, you can share feedback through our Instagram, Bullish Banter Podcast, or Financially Incorrect. Just go say, hey, I want to see Mr. Who, or Mrs. Who, or Madam Who, or Miss Who. And that is something that we are ready to do for you guys, so that we are able to give you what you request. How is the forecast of GJ? So let's go to GJ. Okay, so let's remove everything here. Once again, remember, this is purely educational analysis. And so if we're looking for opportunities on GJ, I'll probably want to look at lower time frames. Now go to H4. So you can see some support playing out over here. What about the weekly? What about the monthly? So GJ looks to be bearish. Yeah, we could be looking for opportunities to go short on GJ. Yeah, but you might want to look for buy opportunities first before a bearish push. Yeah, that's what I would want to see. A bullish and then a bearish push. That's the analysis on GJ. Any other question? Okay, so Kisumu clients, we are coming to you on 10th October. So make sure that you visit our social media handles and register for that event. It will be very important for you to register so that you at least know the number of people who will be attending. Yeah. Okay. There seems to be no other question, not unless, of course, I've missed something. But from my end, there seems to be no other question. So, okay. Okay. Thank you guys for your time. See you next Tuesday for more on this. Bye bye. Have a peaceful day. Have a peaceful week. Yeah.